And in our top business story, with the country's much-awaited law on bankruptcy approved by the federal cabinet on Sunday, officials from the banking and finance sectors have stated that it will pave the way for companies in financial distress to restructure. A number of industry bodies, such as the UAE Banks Federation, have been lobbying the government to expedite the new insolvency law for some time. The adoption of the law is widely expected to improve businesses' access to bank funding while improving the asset quality of the UAE banking sector. Under the existing legislation, companies and businesses that faced financial distress and unpaid debt could result in jail terms, forcing many business owners and executives to run away from the country, leaving behind large unpaid debts. According to local reports, the ability to launch criminal charges against individuals who issue bad checks has long been cited as one of the principal obstacles to doing business in the UAE. Last year, the UAE's banking sector faced a substantial surge in bad debts, with the UBF estimating that SME-related bad debts in the range of 5 to 7 billion dirhams. The adoption of a bankruptcy or insolvency law enables entrepreneurs and companies to restructure or unwind their businesses in an orderly manner, allowing creditors to recover debts within their legal framework. Analysts have also stated that the new law will improve business confidence and improve banks' willingness to lend to SMEs, which account for around 60% of the UAE's GDP. As the Emirate prepares to host the 15th Cityscape Global tomorrow, Emaar Properties have unveiled a new golf community called Emaar South, located close to the new Al Maktoum International Airport. At a press briefing, His Excellency Mohammed Al Abbar, chairman of Emaar, announced the details of the new residential project, which will feature a total of 15,000 homes. According to Emaar Properties, the development will include 6 districts anchored by an 18-hole championship golf course and clubhouse, as well as community parks. Though the overall cost of the project hasn't been revealed, the company has said that they will be awarding the construction contracts over the next few months, adding that a full completion date has not been set either. The 7-kilometre-squared project is expected to feature townhouses, villas and apartments and will be built in a total of 4 phases. Describing it as a world-class integrated community, His Excellency Al Abbar stated that the project is expected to attract interest and thrive off the passenger traffic of 26.5 million annual visitors at the Al Maktoum International Airport in 2017. Prices for 2- and 3-bedroom townhouses begin at just under 700,000 dirhams, as the company aims to target international investors as well as residents of the UAE who will be working in the 145-kilometre-squared airport city.
In Dubai South opportunity, I must say, Khalifa, that we're really honored. We're really grateful that you trust us as a partner to come and contribute in this magnificent opportunity, and we understand that the numbers are really looking quite good for Al Maktoum International. Everybody understand that Expo is right there under construction, and the city is moving that way. I think that, we should not forget about the main anchor, which is really the Jebel Ali Airport and Free Zone, which is probably running out of space at this stage.
Of course, typically with such sites, we of course start with infrastructure works, enabling works, start laying down deep services, such as power and power lines and water mains, etc. And of course, within the coming quarter, we'll be as well awarding building works throughout the site. But we have started on the ground today. This is a rather sizable project. So we're looking at a total of 15,000 residential units in total. So we have a mix between villas, townhouses, residential apartments. We're of course offering all the amenities such as schools, community centers, mosques, clinics. So all in all, you're looking at an integrated, self-sustaining community that not only does it serve itself, but as well serves Dubai South as a district.
After having risen to a 10-month high of 55.3 in July, the Emirates NBD UAE Purchasing Managers Index signaled another month of solid growth in August. The headline seasonally adjusted index, which is a composite indicator designed to give an accurate overview of operating conditions in the non-oil private sector economy, recorded a reading of 54.7, down fractionally but still above the overall series average of 54.5. Underpinning growth of the non-oil private sector as a whole were sharp expansions of output and new work. Rates of increase eased since July but remained faster than respective trends so far in 2016. As well as raising output to help with ongoing projects, panelists were buoyed by successful marketing and a general improvement in client demand. The latest data showed a rise in total new work, which was centered on the domestic market, while new export business fell for the second month in a row and the fourth time since March. Meanwhile, job creation was recorded for the fourth successive month in August, with the rate of hiring only slight, having slowed from July's recent high. The August data also pointed to mounting cost pressures in the UAE's non-oil private sector, with both salaries and purchasing costs rose to the greatest extent in 22 months. Global ratings agency S&P believes that the drop in Islamic finance growth is likely to continue in 2017, but has still estimated that the industry's total assets will reach $2.1 trillion by the end of the year. S&P in its report stated that Islamic finance will have the impetus to continue progressing and maintain growth of around 5% in 2017, and it expects that the industry will be worth $3 trillion sometime in the next decade. It added that modest growth will derive from subdued economic growth of Islamic finance's core markets in the GCC, partly compensated by continuous demand from an expanding customer base. S&P also believes that a broader consensus around the need to standardize legal structures and to Sharia interpretation could help the industry to progress, as could the industry's potential contribution to the United Nations Sustainable Development Financing Goals. According to the agency, policy responses to the new normal of oil prices materializing in some GCC countries, including the UAE and Saudi Arabia, enacting spending cuts, lifting of subsidies and privatization of government assets. This will still see the oil price environment weigh negatively on economic growth in the GCC for the next 2 years, with the consequences for Islamic banks to be a slowdown in growth, deterioration of asset quality and reduction of profitability.